Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
A hustler is anybody that gets up every single day and figures out a way to make good for themselves in this society. Hustler is anybody who has the drive to make something happen for himself.
BoxingVoice.com.
Hey, Daddy.
At the end of the day, no makes sense to me. I'm gonna try for sure.
This a dollar bill.
BoxingVoice.com.
The best fighters in the division. I just beat everybody in 168, all the champions.
This a dollar bill.
I just want to continue making history, and they have nothing to offer. Yeah, but for me, it don't make sense.
This a dollar bill.
And I find the winner of all of them. Simple. But you guys always asking too much to me. I don't care what they feel.
BoxingVoice.com.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, Nesta Gibbs, Solo Dolo, Scarface, no Manolo. But you already know I'm here a day to help you get through your day. Today, we got some interesting news, man. Shout out to my man, Dan Rayfield, that has uncovered the three-fight deal and the names on that three-fight deal that pertain to Canelo Alvarez and the PBC. So, Dan Rayfield on this audio that I'm going to play will tell you that it was revealed to him that Earl Spence was one of those names. No wonder shit got fucked up. Like we all assumed, they put all their eggs in the Earl Spence basket. That went to shit. And here we are, you know? So when Earl Spence loses and you lose money on that, and then Jamel loses and you lose money on that, then shit really hits the fan. But outside of that, Eddie, who hasn't sealed the deal just yet with Canelo Alvarez, is saying that he's more than willing to make that fight with David Benavidez and Canelo on DAZN. So we're going to give you that audio as well. But yeah, man, welcome to the show. I will tell you this, it will be a short show. Probably 1 hour, maybe 2 hours. It all depends. I'm waiting on a text. And you know we got to go see David Benavidez and his father. So if you are a Patreon or a YouTube member, head on over to the members page and the Patreon page and drop David a question. You know, say, yo, my name is Malcolm from Twitter. And why you ducking Canelo? You know what I'm saying? Don't let me get back from my trip and then you're like, oh, Ness, you didn't ask this, you didn't ask that. You ask it. You know what I'm saying? You ask it. Give them hard questions you think I should be asking. Give me that ammunition. Load the clip. You feel me? Till then, hit the thumbs up. The quicker we get the 500 likes, the quicker we open up the live chat. But till then, salute to all my members that continue to support the show and help us grow. So let's get to the audio, right? Let's get straight to the Dan Rayfield audio just to clear the air, just so we know what was said, who said what, and why everything has gone to shit.
Number two situated, and they were not able to agree on some of the particulars. Now, in the original agreement, from what I am told by sources, frankly, on both sides, so I believe them, in that agreement, there were opponents that were laid out for those three fights for certain price points. As I've come to find out, those three opponents were Charlo, who we just fought and beat in the last fight, Charlo, who has sort of been everybody's sort of leader in the clubhouse to get this match before things got sideways, and the other opponent that was specified was Errol Spence Jr. But obviously Errol Spence Jr. is coming off of a very, very harsh loss against Crawford. And that was not a fight that I don't think anybody in good conscience could even remotely think about doing. So they were open to doing other possible names, doing Crawford, doing Haymon, and maybe having him come over to their platform to do the fight. The point is.
So I just want to say, I think it was Leo in H-Town that said Al never had Benavidez' best intentions, and he was looking out for, his African-American fighters. I think it's more he's looking out for the fighters that been with him the longest, not necessarily, where they're from or, what they represent. More Jermell, Jamal, and Earl have been with him from the beginning, and all of those guys would love the possibility to face, Canelo Alvarez. So Al would be doing his job truly by securing those fights for those gentlemen. Now, those might not be the fights we want in 2024, February 28th. But truth be told, there were a lot of us, and I was one of them who wanted Earl Spence and Canelo Alvarez. Now, the difference is, this was an undefeated Earl Spence, and I was very adamant that Al should have never did the Crawford fight without doing the Canelo fight first with Earl because of this very situation. Had Earl lost to Canelo, he would have been forgiven, and we could have still got the Crawford fight, and, no one's the smarter. But they put him in there with Crawford. Crawford obviously did what he did, and you could never put the shell of Earl in there with Canelo because we just won't believe that he has an opportunity. Now, had that been backwards, there might have been some people that believed, oh, he just, bit off more than he can chew by jumping up to fight Canelo. So they really played that contract wrong, and only because Earl lost, really, because I'm sure they would have gone Earl first fight, right? And then Earl loses. Then it's like, oh, Jamel, the stablemate, is going to defend his, get the revenge. And then he loses. And it's, oh, the big brother. But, all that fucked up because the big brother, he's partying. The little brother fought like shit. And the big fish got hooked. So, things didn't work out. But there's a little bit more audio.
There was a thought on the PVC side that we want you to do a fight. We'll do the Charlo fight against Jamal for your guarantee, which I am told was north of $35 million. But you have to agree.
For those that don't know, north of 35 million means more than 35, okay? Okay.
Agree in fight number 3 to fight David Benavidez, who was not contemplated in the original paperwork, even though he's by far the best opponent that PBC has in its.
I hope you heard that. If you agree to fight David Benavidez, who was not in the original contract, just in case you didn't hear, we're gonna play it again.
He's by far the best opponent that PBC has in its stable of fighters, if not the best opponent, period, that he could fight. In terms of the fight David Benavidez, who was not contemplated in the original paper, agree in fight number 3 to fight David Benavidez, who was not contemplated in the original paperwork. Even you have to agree in fight number 3 to fight David Benavidez, who was not contemplated in the original paperwork, even though he's by far the best opponent that PBC has in its stable of fighters, if not the best opponent, period, that he could fight in terms of excitement and obviously huge amounts of buys and that sort of thing. And Canelo was like, well, if you want me to amend my agreement, we gotta work that out. And they just couldn't come to a meeting of the minds on that.
And we all know what. Well, you want me to amend my agreement, we gotta work that out. That means pay me. Pay me. You want to change the contract? Pay me. Simple. Pay me.
On that, he didn't want to fight David for that price. He didn't want to take a haircut on the Charlo fight if he was only going to fight him and not agree to the Benavidez fight. And you start going through the process, and PBC's their internal thoughts were, we lost money on the other Charlo fight. We'll probably lose money on this upcoming May fight in their.
And that's the audio. Now, I'm looking for the little clip that I had of Eddie, which I'm pretty sure it was Drew, tagged me on Twitter. But probably got buried here in this fucking pre-pro. Okay, here we. This might not be it, but I'll just find it on Drew's Twitter. But yeah, Eddie is willing to make that David Benavidez fight, and that's where the quote that's going viral is coming from, where he said the PBC is fucked. Because basically, he says, yeah, we'll make that fight, but would the PBC be willing to let, someone like a David Benavidez cross the street, or are they going to say we have to do it on, PBC? So don't fuck. Drew, you might as well tag me again, bro. I can't find that shit. You tweet a lot. Yeah, I don't see it. Man, damn, he been tweeting about Diddy with the Fajibas. Tag me again, Drew. Be a good sport. Fuck. I had it, but it got lost in my pre-pro, man. We have so many damn texts in here. It gets lost. But like I said, Eddie has told reporters that he would be happy to try and make Canelo Alvarez versus David Benavidez on DAZN. PBC, and I quote, PBC don't want to work with anyone, and now they're fucked. If Benavidez wants to come talk to us and make the fight, we can make the fight, no problem. Now, let's hope that that's true. And that David at least calls his bluff, right? These are the things that we need to do. Call these bluffs. Let's see, can Eddie really make it? What are they offering you? I mean, Eddie talks slick. Someone should call his bluff. Like, he was on Twitter telling Keyshawn, like, do you want to offer? We'll make you an offer. Like, and this is why I said that Matias needed to go there, and a lot of fighters need to go there, because regardless of if that fight get made or not, at least you got Eddie, propping you up, saying he would offer it. And he's sending offers. He sent the offer for Conor. He's willing to send an offer for Keyshawn Davis to fight Andy Cruz. He's talking about being able to do Canelo and Benavidez on DAZN. So, I would like to see him try and hope that the PBC doesn't get in the way like they did, for the Earl Spence fight, where they told Crawford they didn't care what, investors he had, what parties of interest he had. They were not giving that fight to anyone. So this could be the same thing. They might tell Benavidez that, like, look, bro, we've been invested in you from the beginning. So we don't care who is making an offer. That fight will happen when we get it. But for Benavidez, people seem to believe that he's running out of time. So that'll be my focus in the interview, is like, are you moving up because it's difficult to make weight? And can you legitimately come back down after we've seen Devin swear that he could come back down? Devin, unlike a lot of these fighters, has a very expensive nutritionist that is renowned in the sport. So per camp, my man is spending thousands to get that weight down, and he couldn't do it. He said, nah, I ain't coming back. He just said it again in front of Aka and Barack. They tried to say, well, you did say you would come down for the tank fight. He said, nah, crazy? You know what I'm saying? So maybe Benavidez is in that situation where it's like, bro, I can't keep waiting for this guy, and I got to move up, and that's why they did the smear campaign. But King Amin, Essex, Nueva Jersey, what up?
Top of the morning, TBV. Here we go again. Another round of coffee, another round of news. King Amin of Essex 1 on IG, King Amin of Essex 1 on Twitter, and the championship rounds. I'm thinking, this is a crossroads, man. Like,
well, first things first, I know you're getting on late. Did you notice the audio and see that Earl was on the contract for Canelo?
I did see that. I actually saw that.
Okay. So that's kind of like what we're talking about. Eddie saying he can make the fight on DAZN with Benavidez and Canelo, and obviously Al, dropping the ball, putting Earl Spence on the contract. Jermell Charlo on the contract, and Jamal Charlo on the contract, showing Benavidez there was never any true interest in him fighting Canelo.
Yeah, man, and I think we're coming to a crossroads of understanding. We have to let sleeping dogs lie. As much as we might have liked, wanted, or believed, the fans I'm talking about, we want that Benavidez fight. Apparently, it was not in the cards, so to speak, for Al. Now, here's the one thing I don't know if I want to ask the question or say it. So you mean to tell me they went to the table with the intentions, or like, how do you position? What are you telling David? Yeah, we're gonna get you to fight. We're gonna get you to fight, and then I guess you never try this go round, and he's believing off of the first go round. Yeah, they're working for me, and they never really did. I don't want to put these things into the air, but just if I'm sitting back and I'm watching, it just seems like a dropping of the ball. Now, here's what I think too, because you mentioned something I've been saying for a while. I don't know that David is going to stick around at 168, and I damn sure don't think he's going to go back to 168. Once he go to 175, that's it for me. That's just from my understanding of where he's at physically. I don't know what his dad or other people would say, but I think the way to go is to 175. The problem is at 175, if you're still hanging around over there at PBC, it ain't a lot of, tread on the tires. So he almost ends up in the same position again over at PBC at 175 that he's in at 168. So it's a crossroads. That's why I open it up. It's a crossroads. Should it get off the pot? Something has to happen. I don't know if they just been caressing David, like, yo, man, you are man. We're gonna get you this Canelo fight. We just, and not working for it, and then just saying in their mind, we're gonna build him up another way. But I'm having a hard time making sense of what's happening, man. But he's got to go to 175 and just do something else. If he ever even try to come back to 168, that'll be his undoing, man. That'll be his undoing. I don't think he's built for that.
I'm hoping, I seen one of you great guys in the pre-pro put a link in there, and I'm hoping that things have changed because of the public outcry and response to the potential fight with Alexander Gvozdyk, that he's changed his sights. I seen in the pre-pro that David's father, Jose, has now said that they want the Billy fight. I didn't read the article, going strictly off the headline that was posted in, obviously, the pre-pro. But that's a better move for me.
Definitely.
I would prefer he stay in the division and continue the pressure, whether we believe it's pressure, whether Canelo's feeling it or not. Being in the division is better than not being in the division.
The only thing about that, and I loved him in Billy fight, and just to kind of flesh out some of that article, Senior, Jose Benavidez Senior, was saying that he believes, a lot of fighters, including Canelo, have been avoiding Mbili because of, the high risk, seemingly low reward. But Mbili has kind of fought his way into this position. So they said that he would, they, as in the Senior, he would like for David to take that shot because it is it's running to the fire again.
Yes,
for him,
and it's a fun fight. It's a fun fight, a way to show the people that he's really the Mexican monster in a back and forth, it's going to be that type of bang him up fight. You know what I mean? I believe Billy's not going to back down, and he's going to push Benavidez. And I think that Billy doesn't avoid that fight. Like, yeah, he's highly ranked, and, in some strange world like Berlanga, he can believe he'll get a Canelo shot. But I think a Benavidez fight is a big fight for Billy.
Well, it's two things I see going on too with this whole Benavidez thing is that, and I know we jokingly, or some people even question Senior's business acumen. I'm not going to do all of that because what I often refer to as real estate in these divisions, Senior's got some real estate at 168. So I'm with you, Ness. I would love to see him stay at 168 and take on Mbili, take on Bozy Ennis, take on Morel, take on anybody that ain't Canelo and continue this theme of I'm the Mexican monster, this man has been avoiding me. That would be a great play. However, if David is struggling with weight, which I'm saying that, we don't know that, but I'm saying that he's got Diego Pacheco to then turn around and clean out the division with. So I just think his business mind may be telling him, I might not necessarily force my son to stick around at 168. But there are good fights, and I'm sure those fights can be made with lucrative attachments. But I think Senior may be ready to let David move on because then for him the division comes crowded with two fighters at 68. And they're already both looking for Canelo.
Now is the time, if you're any PBC fighter, to explore opportunities outside of the PBC, since they've already announced that they won't have a free event until, sometime in June. There has been no announcement of an April event. The May event is now in question since they no longer have Canelo. I mean, if Eddie is offering David an opportunity, he needs to take it. If Eye of the Tiger can put together a package to bring David to Canada, he needs to jump on that.
Absolutely.
Those are good opportunities for him to keep his name out there. Like, Eddie said it the best talking about Crawford. He needs to be fighting in Omaha. Go back to Nebraska. Put on. It doesn't matter who you fight, but stay relevant. Stay active. What are you going to do? Jump up and wait, fight Tim Tszyu off of a year layoff? And maybe you can get it done, but why put yourself in that position, when you can just be in a better, he can do what he did with Evanesian. But a lot of guys, Benavidez as well.
But you know what, Ness, real quick, I think only Matchroom, with Bud being a free agent, only Matchroom provides him those opportunities. Remember, they're staked out in Arizona. They're over there. They would love to expand into the kind of, the Midwest and host a fight for Bud in Omaha, right?
Well, I mean, if we're talking who's invested or interested, I would say it's Oscar. Oscar's the one on Twitter saying, Bud, call me just yesterday. Eddie has already been on record saying that, he can't get nothing for Bud, or he don't got big fights for Bud. So he's not trying to ruin Conor, and he's not really interested in Bud. But Eddie, on the other hand, maybe is because of the Virgil 154-pound fight, the fact that, Crawford is so close to getting the WBO, he can force Tim Tszyu into a fight now. Golden Boy is part of that big event, forcing No Limit and PBC into a co-promotion with Crawford and Golden Boy. I mean, I like it. I don't like Crawford or any fighter. Don't matter who you are. I don't want you to sit idle, bro. Like, get in there and do what needs to be done so that we are excited about your career, man.
Let me ask you this. Do you think, or do you agree rather, that Bozy Ennis and Jose Sr. in a similar position as far as their sons are seemingly, in a certain trajectory with PBC, but they're doing business over at Matchroom and DAZN with fighters that are not their sons, and
those careers are going well? Yeah, Bozy has Andy Cruz over there, and he continues to see Andy Cruz being pushed as a priority, and so does Jose Benavidez, watching Pacheco being pushed by Matchroom as a priority. So, yeah, both of those trainers are getting, different experiences with PBC and DAZN. And, look, I talked to Bozy. He was there this weekend that passed in Orlando. We spoke. And I reminded him, because I got an interview with him and Eddie years ago when Tevin was with Eddie, and they were doing a media workout somewhere in Philly, and I was there, and I'm like, introducing Eddie to Bozy, because I'm like, you got to sign this kid's son, this guy's son, you know what I'm saying? And Eddie already knew who Bozy and Jerron were, and he was like, he knew what we already came to find out, that this man had two promoters, not named Al Haymon, Chris whatever, and, rest in peace, my man, he was my man's too, Cameron Duncan. So Eddie threw his hands up back then. Now think about that. When motherfucking Tevin is doing a media workout for his Leah Core Center fight in Philly. Like, that's years ago. That's years ago. Maybe 5 years ago. And I'm telling Bozy to sign back then. Now look at him. You know, fielding offers. Still saying no, though. But fielding offers and everybody telling him to sign. And one of his fighters, you know, in 3 fights is already ranked in the WBO and about to fight the number 4 in the WBO in Angel Fierro. Like, Eddie has a plan, man. He got a plan. I'm not saying he's the best, and he could have a downfall. You know, everybody goes up and down in this game. It's a roller coaster. But, you know, when you won, you won. Like we were saying, PBC was on last year, right? They had a great year. No one expected this nosedive.
Nah, that's true. That's true.
I got a dollar cash app here from William. He says, Jose said they have 3 fights on PBC. Go to the zone. Yeah, I think they still have that one fight, though, right? Because they fought Plant, they fought Boo Boo. They were supposed to have Morrell on a contract. That ain't manifest, so. And I know why. Like, bruh, Samson told me personally, like, how I look like making my fighter fight another interim fighter, like this about to be some sort of interim fighter unification. He said the public would laugh at me, and they would laugh at my fighter and at David Morrell for trying to unify interim titles. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't had no comeback. Like, what the fuck am I going to say? It's true. You know? Am I going to say we don't care about the interim titles? We would have still wanted to fight? Not necessarily, because I never wanted to fight. You know what I'm saying? That's not my priority as a boxing fan, is to watch David Morrell fight David Benavidez. I feel like David Benavidez is so further ahead, it's almost unfair for the public to ask him to fight Morrell. Like, Morrell needs to earn his position at Benavidez. It's a pecking order, and that goes as follows. Canelo, Benavidez. Everybody else is just there. Like, they got to cut the bullshit. You know what I mean? Trying to get this guy to fight David Morrell. Go get Anthony Durrell, Andre Durrell, even Caleb Plant to fight him. Like, why is David got to be the one to fight David to see if David is the goods? This shit makes 0 sense. And he needs to be fighting Ustatigi at the very least. You know? Get that man a former world champ. But phone lines are open, like I said. Will be a short show. I already got the confirmation, so we in business. So if you are a YouTube member or a Patreon and you want to ask Jose and David a question, now is the time to head on over to our respective Patreon page and YouTube members and drop a question, letting them know, like, yo, I want you to go to Canada and fight M. Billy. That's what I would love. Gio, what up?
Yo.
Yo.
Good morning to you. What's
Buenos
going on,
dias.
fellas? Another beautiful day in boxing. Another beautiful day in boxing. Hey, yeah, I mean, shit. Look, as far as any of this shit goes on, I'm not gonna lie. The first thought that came to my mind was Charlo, Spence. None of those guys are 68 pounders, right? That was the first thought that came to my head. Like, none of them 68 pounders, but that's besides the point. That also the second thought that came to my head was the fact that they're all black fighters. Like, you know what I mean? Shout out to the fact that everybody says that Canelo won't fight the black fighters and shit. And he had a 3-fight deal for 3 black fighters. They might have not been in his weight class, but hey, everybody's been saying that he's ducking these guys. I don't know about Spence. Ain't nobody been saying that Canelo's ducking him, but both of the Charlos for years, people saying like, hey, Canelo ducking him. And come to find out, I mean, he had him on the contract. I just think it's crazy that PBC really doing David Benavidez like this. Like, I remember there was a point, there's a couple of interviews out when David and Jose, when their contract was about to end with PBC. I remember they were saying like, hey, Al ain't giving us no fight. You know, they were kind of trashing him and shit, saying that they were going to go elsewhere. But a week later, they re-signed with PBC. Whatever shit they must have promised them, I don't know. But I wonder how they feel about that now, knowing that Al never even tried to give David the fight. You know what I mean? David deserved this fight. I do feel like Canelo needs to fight him. You know what I mean? But a lot of people don't understand the difference between facts and feelings and shit, logic and emotion. And logically and factually, I think Canelo needs to fight David Benavidez for the fact that yes, he's undisputed at 168. But if David Benavidez would have never lost that belt, he wouldn't have gotten undisputed without David. And I get it. David lost the belts on his own. It is what it is. But me personally, now this is where I go into the feelings and emotions, right? I feel like he needs to fight David for his legacy to be complete. But at the end of the day, look at the fucking resume. You get what I'm saying? Look at the motherfucking resume. That shit's crazy, man. Hey, and shout out to what's that?
Nah, my bad. I was just preparing the video. I'm about to screen share for y'all.
Oh, okay, but yeah, and as far as that DAZN shit, I'm already seeing the rumors of who they got on the undercard. You know what I mean? That shit looking crazy. If they can get Virgil on there, get a Kid Austin on there, and then they got Barboza on there. Look, man, this shit's gonna be a fucking big epic fight. Shout out to that. Looking forward to it. It's a new year. PBC, man. I don't even know what else to say. Shout out to you guys.
You the
Might
man,
call back
champ.
in. Who
You the
knows?
man. You the man. We got that interview.
Real quick.
Yes, sir.
No, I was gonna say, the call. What I heard from is a man that's just talking about transparency, and I think that's a lot of issue with how some people have, even the fighters. Transparency. I'm sure if David knew that Canelo wasn't an option this go round, he'd be more satisfied and ready to move on. But the fact is, I think we were all sold, and who sold us on that remains to be seen. But I think we were all sold on that this fight was in the process of being made.
Oh, yeah.
Not predicated on what happened in the past. I'm just talking about moving forward.
Oh, yeah. We just all assumed that, like, who would have thought that Al would literally sign Canelo without the David fight? And I get it. I thought Canelo and Earl was huge. I'm on record hundreds of times saying they was going to do 100,000 in Dallas. So I get why Al put his eggs in that basket, hoping that Earl got that big win. He would have been catapulted to the status that Crawford is, probably even bigger, because he already had more steam than Crawford at the time. So I could see why they did that fight, just like I could see why Canelo did that fight. He always talked about that fight. He always said Earl would have to move up, but it was something that was always mentioned to Canelo, and the Charlos were obviously someone that people thought he was ducking. But for Al, how could you sign this dude without having David? Like, everybody talking about, oh, he turned down the offers for David. Okay, so then why sign him? Send him on his merry way. But you thought there was money in them Charlo fights. That's the problem. Send him on his merry way. He don't want to give you the fight you want. Don't pay him. It's that simple. Don't put him on your network. And DAZN could do the same. We want you to fight Haymon, not Berlanga. Nah, I want Berlanga. We don't want you on our network then. When you want to fight Munguia, we got this offer for you. But they not doing that. They not doing that because I've always told you that the fighter is in charge. The promoter work for the fighter. So you ain't going to tell him what he going to do unless y'all about to rearrange that agreement. You know what I mean? And that means pay. You got to pay. You got to pay. We got JXV, $2, first super chat. So you support the 3 fights not being anyone at 68? I'm shocked that it's those fighters, let alone those weight divisions. That's what I'm saying. Like, David, but I know how David and Jose, they're going to take it like, yo, nah, we know in the back end they was trying to make that fight, Pull out Bandit, $5. So the discount was for Charlo alone. He gets regular asking price for Charlo plus David, yet refused. No. According to the audio, he was going to get the original 35 for the Charlo fight. No disclosed amount for Benavidez. And according to Dan Rayfield, that is, the issue that, he wanted to be taken care of, or whatever the words Dan used, and that didn't happen to get that contract amended. So, it's basically a bump, man. It's the same. We're in the same situation with Frank Martin. This is what we got. And he said, I want a little to take it. And Canelo was the same thing, We got Counterpunch Malcolm on Twitter.
Yo, you hear me?
Yes.
My bad if there's any noise in the background because I'm on my way to the gym. I had to get this counterpunch out the way. But yeah, shout out to Boxing Voice, man. That contract is fucking nasty words. You got one guy moving up 2 weight classes. The other one on the contract was inactive, moving up 1 weight class. And then Spence would have been moving up, 3? That shit is just crazy.
3.
Yeah, 3. That whole contract is just nasty. I could kind of get why somebody would say why David wasn't really on it, and that's not Al not offering it. Because I guess at the time, yeah, David ain't really fight the 2 opponents that, Canelo was talking shit about with the whole Andrade and Plant, even though it was a demanded fight, Now, my question, what would Canelo have done if Spence won that fight? You get what I'm saying? Like, if Spence had won that fight,
you know what he'd have done.
Why are you okay
he would have fought
fighting
him.
Spence, but you're not okay with fighting Bud, who's a 147-pounder? The Jamel shit flopped.
Yeah, but there was more.
And
There was
just
more.
criticizing you.
There was more hype on Earl. People been asking him about Earl for years. He has interviews talking where people asking him to fight Earl.
He's a 147-pounder. You said you won't fight Bud right now, right? Because he's a smaller guy.
Mm-hmm.
Earl is also a 147-pounder, and you were okay with fighting that before. So in the event, if Errol Spence won, you get what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck would you have done in your contract? Would you have pulled out, or would you have just fought him?
He would have fought him because we wanted that fight. Like, why you acting like you forgot that part of life?
And niggas don't want Bud? Niggas don't want the Bud fight right now?
Some of us.
You get what I'm trying to go to?
No. And I'm trying to tell you, some of us want the Bud fight. That just started. Earl Spence had years of traction connected with fucking Canelo, man. What you talking about?
Ah, boy. Listen, he's a 147-pounder at the end of the day. You're choosing guys who's not at your weight division. None of those guys are at 168.
Those are the guys that Al's offering, man. Like, I get paid what I get paid. I get paid what I get paid. If ESPN gonna pay me triple to do less work, why wouldn't I take it? You feel me? Like, you tripping right now. That's not Canelo's fault.
Talking about they want legacy.
That's not
Niggas
Canelo's
is talking
fault.
about they want legacy.
That's not Canelo's fault.
But they want to sign a deal to fight.
So
he accepted the contract, right?
So offer him the legacy fight with the right money and make that public. You feel me?
Listen, the legacy fight is David. The legacy fight is David.
So offer him that fight with the right money and make it public.
Did he ask for that fight, by the way? Because you can get an offer and just say, I want to fight this person.
I mean, you heard Dan Rayfield. He was obviously willing to negotiate, but they didn't make him, happy. You want me to play the audio again? But I play that right after I play this Eddie Hearn audio that we haven't shown just yet. And this is Eddie on David and the situation courtesy of Fight Hub TV.
But you haven't really fought anybody.
But at the end of the day, who is the other options? The only option right now on the table is Canelo never got Benavidez offers for May and all this big money that everyone's talking about. They said to him, you can fight Jamel Charlo, and by the way, the money that we promised you, we're not even promising you that anymore. He don't even want to fight Charlo. So he's got to look at other options. He's got to look at young fighters that are ready. If Benavidez wants to come and talk to us and make that fight, we can talk to him and make that fight, no problem. But if he's leaving the PBC because they haven't delivered on what was planned, you can't expect him to just hang around.
Fighter, but yeah.
And that's the audio of obviously Eddie saying that he would offer David that fight. We got another counterpunch from CYP.
Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. We gonna shut this shit down quickly, but then y'all could go on with your games after. Eddie Hearn again says never. Y'all like to use the word never, but it's factual that Canelo was offered Benavidez twice, and he turned it down for very big money. Then they have a PBC contract that you guys say he wasn't on after he's already turned down 2 fights for Benavidez anyway. But then you guys say these people were on the list. So that would mean that Canelo was okay with these guys on this list. That's why he signed the contract. He was okay with fighting 3 guys that were smaller than him, and y'all were cool with that. I'm confused. Audience, what did this fan base say when Tank fought Leo, when Tank fought Hector Garcia, when Floyd fought Marquez? What did this same fan base say about those black men bringing up those Latinos? Now it's a different story when they find out that Canelo, the person they say don't fight black dudes, says, okay, I'll fight 3 dudes even smaller in comparison to the guys that Tank and Floyd fought. Oops, you motherfuckers are getting exposed. You can't compete, so you retreat. Don't be mad at me for holding your fire to the... Don't get mad. Don't get mad. I'm holding you to the fire. Don't get mad. Now, Eddie Hearn does a lot of talking, and I'm trying to figure out, should we trust him? I want to know, can Ness be trusted? Did Eddie Hearn lie to the public and say that the WBA forced Povetkin to fight Wilder? Did he lie to us, Ness?
Yeah, the WBA mandated it.
Okay, so did the WBA president say he did not mandate it?
I'm believing that's what you've been saying for years.
And no, it ain't about me. You supposed to be figuring this out like you figured out this contract and everything.
Why would I
negative
why
about
would I
PBC.
be worried about Povetkin? You the only one goes off topic.
There we go. Because this is about a man's word.
I mean, this is
but
this is your argument. Why would I go get research for your argument? You bringing up Povetkin.
This is not about me. This is about Eddie Hearn.
It's about Povetkin because you're bringing him up.
No, it's not. It's about Eddie Hearn. Didn't you hear what I said?
Okay, but
Eddie Hearn,
it's your argument.
The man you say we should believe.
This is your defense against Eddie. Why do I have to go find things about Povetkin?
Because you want us to believe what Eddie says all the time.
And that's why I provided.
Eddie's a liar.
That's why I provided the stuff I provided. If you want to believe, if you want to tell the audience otherwise, provide
lies
it.
To us.
Okay, so
and
provide
you know
it.
He does
Provide
I
it.
sent you the
Provide
article, and you don't read it.
Provide
I already
it.
sent it.
Provide
That's why
it.
you're over talking me. That's why you're over talking me, because you know I've already proved he's a liar.
You gave me permission to talk by asking me stupid questions.
You know it. That's why you over talk me. But I got money.
I hear you, Jim. It's someone else's time.
Before we go to the next caller, man, I think, like I said, it's hard for people to accept 2 truths, I think, yo. And shout out to John Nori in the chat. Yo, PBC, it was a nasty fucking contract. Yes, that is absolutely true. It's terrible business, whatever you want to call it. And the other thing can be true too. We want to see the Canelo Benavidez fight. But if it isn't happening, I'm just asking for those that it's like, what you want me to not watch Berlanga and Munguia because again, some shit I just don't have nothing to do with because I don't want to spend that much time on it. But here we are discussing it, and again, 2 things can be true. Because some people, maybe people just need to hear that. Do you need to hear me say here? Here it goes. I believe Canelo is still avoiding or ducking or whatever semantical representation you want. I believe if he doesn't fight David Benavidez, he would have ducked him. But guess what happened? The funny thing happened to Riddick Bowe, and Riddick Bowe threw the fucking belt in the trash can. Is he not still a great heavyweight? Is he not still a Hall of Famer? But yes, he obviously ducked Lennox Lewis. 2 things can be true, ladies and gentlemen.
We got Counterpunch for CYP courtesy of Box for Money. And we got Counterpunch for Drew. And we got $20 super chat from Jinru Jr. Good morning, TBV. Been listening every day for the last 2 years. Just send us some love to the show. Appreciate you and the whole TBV community. Many thanks and keep up the great work. Flex emoji. Salute to you, champ. Let me drop a bomb for the dub. We got Benitez boxing. Why was Spence okay for Canelo but not Bud? Confused. So I just think that for Canelo at this point, Bud is a left field topic, but Earl had been someone people been talking about for years. I very much want the Terrence fight, but, you know, Canelo feels the way that he feels. But we can't get mad at the Earl fight. I mean, at least, you know, you guys are entitled to do whatever you want. I will certainly continue to defend it as I had always wanted that fight. I told Earl, dumbass, see, they don't never listen to Ness. I told him, don't take that Bud fight first. And motherfuckers laughed at me like, oh, Ness, you promoting ducking. No, I know what the fuck generational wealth is. You fight Canelo first, lose, just like Brooke did. Then you go fight Bud. But he fucked that bag up.
Canelo. I could come back and handle you, and then if he cashes out twice, then he's even double time.
Exactly. You double dip, man. He fucked that up. He fucked that bag up on that big fish shit. You know, he got high on his own ego. We got Benitez boxing, $2. No one wanted Josecito or Trout, but those guys won. I don't know what you mean. But, yeah, Josecito did get to fight Canelo. They moved him up from 47 to 54. We got JXV, $5. I'm a Canelo fan. I don't believe Nello was ducking David because of his big resume. But objectively, he deserves criticism for accepting the deal with no one at 168. I mean, it was a deal to prove that he was willing to fight black fighters that people said he wouldn't fight. And it's two guys that people said he was ducking and another guy that people wanted him to fight. There are way more people that wanted Earl to fight Canelo than Jermell to fight Canelo, and way more people than there are right now that want to see Bud fight Canelo. There were more Spence fans then. That fight was bigger. That's why he got so many offers for it, allegedly. FP Trucking, $5. The Zone now $29. Loudly Crying Face 4 times. Damn, if they raise that shit up again, that's crazy. $5 more. Bananas. CYP, you got that counterpunch from Box for Money. Super Max, $5. CYP, I thought Charlo's chased Canelo since 154. Now that's they are much smaller men. How does that work? I guess he meant to say now you're trying to say they smaller men. I don't know. Zorro de la Vega, $5. Yes, I mean, I don't want you and the rest of the boxing fans to support nor purchase Canelo versus Berlanga. Help boxing be better. Okay.
So go watch some UFC that night, or go out with the old lady. Don't watch Canelo Berlanga. That's what you're telling me, Vega? Okay.
That's bananas. I got Years Lurking, $2. Earl was selling out Dallas Stadium. People wanted it. I'm with you, champ. I'm with you. I don't forget that easily. But we got a dub from Fly King Steve. Sent that via Cash App, saving us that 30% raping you records from YouTube. And he says 4 counterpunches to cancel 4 of CYP calls. Salute emoji. Damn. He said cancel his calls. But y'all know I don't do that, man. So y'all just sending that to send that. But I'm going to turn those into super chats for other people. I don't cancel people's calls, though, man. Counterpunch. Drewski.
Hey, yo, top of the morning, fellas.
Buenos
I'm
days.
audio.
Straight.
All right.
Crispy.
Man, I'm laughing at that Mama Luke CYP that just called, displaying them ADD tendencies, can't stay on topic. We talking about what happened yesterday and with interviews with Eddie and Rayfield. He bringing up old stuff. Typical. Then he bringing up that victim stuff. The black man this. What about Tank and Floyd? We're not talking about that. We talk about Haymon and the green print, right? That was the contract, right? And that's the green print, right? I mean,
Yep.
the green print.
Green
Because I'll do
print.
first. The green print.
And who invented the
So let's
green
stop.
print? Alan Floyd.
Floyd money.
Alan
Floyd,
Floyd.
baby.
You know what I'm saying? So they offered it to Canelo. Now it's Canelo's fault.
So we're not even going to address the dude that don't even really watch boxing, the researcher. I mean, you mentioned something that I want to go with about David.
What's up?
David's not doing he's not doing the Triple G route. He's not knocking everybody down. The Daniel Gills, the Curtis Stevens, the corkscrew overhand right on Marco Antonio Rubio. He's not getting the camera time to do these knockouts and have the smile like Triple G. Oh, they good boys. So he's not doing his part to become that, like you said, that viable dude that's just out there. Damn, the get in the Canelo fight, just be out there. You know what I mean? Get active. What does that do? Him knocking out Mbili, knocking out all these, just knock him down. Just knock him down. That's what Triple G had to do. It was messed up. None of us are saying we don't want the David fight, but the odds, the proof is in the pudding. All these things could be true. They could have offered him, they couldn't. The bottom line is, Dan Rayfield said, Canelo's like, okay, you want me to amend the contract? Show me the money, Jerry Maguire. What's up? It goes back to comprehension. It goes back to listening comprehension. Dudes are not listening to understand what's being said. They listen in and getting triggered emotionally to respond. They listen in to get emotional. Men don't get emotional like that in business, bro. That's that raised by a single mom trait. You know what I mean? Listen, understand, and respond. That's my call. I got my counters later. I'm out. Have a good day, gentlemen.
All right.
Mr. Vega.
How is Twitter down for him? Yeah, I don't. Tell him, fucking hell. All right, we got counter. Oh shit, that's 4 counter punches. Okay, we got first we got to go to Leo's dub. Shout out to Leo H-Town for the fat $20 dub. He says, last time I checked, Earl Spence had been at 147 for years. And most boxing analysts were saying he should have been at 154 or even up to 168 because he naturally a bigger man. Hence, he was the weight drain against Bud excuse. Yeah, not to mention he fought at 152 in the amateurs, not to mention that Floyd, Money Mayweather, end all be all, if he says it, it's got to be right, said that Earl should be fighting at 68. So that was the plan all along. That's why he got the fight. It just clicked my mind. But, you know, you heard Floyd also say that he and Al are one. So if Earl was on a contract, it was Floyd and Al's decision because Floyd had already said Earl belonged at 68. Remember, this was after the fight too, right? Or before the Crawford fight. Did he say that before or after? I think it was after.
I think it was before.
I thought it was after the whooping, then it's like, oh, yeah, he should be fighting at 68. But we got another $20 super chat. Drop a bomb for this dub. Box for Money says total 5 counterpunches. 1 for Vega, 1 for C-Dub, 1 for Brandon in Cincinnati, and 1 for JT. So, Vega, you got one. Brandon, I don't see you. So, Vega, what up? You gotta unmute.
Oh, shit, my bad. I'm driving. Can you hear me? I'm in a parking garage.
Clear.
Shout out to, what was that? Box for Money. I think that's Bo, man. Shout out to him. Yeah, I heard a little bit of, I think of what Eddie Hearn was saying. PBC, man, I'm not gonna lie, man. It seems like they're in real big trouble. I mean, to lose Canelo, to not have a show in the first 3 months of the year. Their first show is fucking Keith Thurman versus Tim Tszyu. I don't think there's anything else announced. They're talking about it's gonna be pay-per-views till maybe June. Eddie Hearn, man, I think he's right though. The PBC, man, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a report in the next month or two. Yeah, about the next month or two, that Amazon's looking to maybe stop their deal with them. To lose Canelo, bro, one of the biggest stars, and we still call him the face, right? To lose the face because of money, that's not what you want to see. This is not good for boxing, I think. PBC has such a huge stable. We need them to be stabilized, in my opinion. With all the fighters they have, all the potential matchups, with the possibility of being on a huge platform such as Amazon, for them to now lose Canelo, there might be for them, and also the whispers of them losing fighters. You're hearing Eddie signing guys. He's got Matias. They're talking about Elvis Rodriguez. There's a lot of other rumors. Yeah, man, I am, as a boxing fan, I am worried we're going to lose a big promoter, have a lot of guys go out there just fighting for scrapes and off TV, and we're going to have less boxing. I want PBC to have an amount of success to where Amazon is a place where I can go and watch boxing. This pay-per-view shit is ridiculous to me. I want to see free shows. With them losing Canelo, yo, we're going to get more pay-per-views, in my opinion. It's not a good look. And also, I just want to also say, man, I'm still upset about this. So Canelo not getting the Benavidez offer, not trying to make it work. Canelo has given us great fights in the past, and now it's just all about money. This Berlanga is shit to me. It's ridiculous. We all talked about fight champions, what former champs you fought, how many belts you got, and now all of a sudden it's about, yo, we got Fat Joe, Lil Wayne does post about you. The people are going to come out. My favorite fucking term. It's going to be a movie. You guys aren't fucking boxing fans. You guys just like to fucking watch shows, the spectacles.
Can I throw
Bro,
this one in there, though?
a good fight is a movie. A good fight. No, because Spence Crawford was a movie. Look at our fucking fight party. That shit is epic, bro. You kidding me? Like, a boxing match should be a fucking movie. We should get excited. We should feel like, yo, like, fucking Lucas, what's the fucking what's that movie? The gangster movie. My man gets caught. He gets caught because he went. Exactly. He gets caught because he goes to the goddamn fight. The fight has always been the fucking extravaganza, man. So don't be mad at motherfuckers that's more popular than some of these dudes that just want to punch the bag all day and think because they good, they going to get to the top. It don't fucking work like that. And the last 20 years has shown you that. So to get mad today, no, get mad at them. Get mad at them and praise Raymond Ford. Get on this show and talk about Raymond Ford and the fact that he got a YouTube channel and he's putting out everything he's doing in preparation for this fight. But you not talking about it. You talking about Canelo. You talking about Canelo.
Wait. Don't you want me to stay on topic? So we always get on other people about getting on topic. You want me to intersect, talk about Raymond Ford from Camden that's fighting for his first world title on his way up, unlike Berlanga, who's never fought I don't think he's ever fought a world champion, never fought for a title, and now he's going to fight for undisputed.
So Vega, that's my point. I personally want to see Berlanga get exposed. So I'm okay
but
with that.
Why does he have to get exposed by Canelo when we have someone like David Benavidez right there in the wings? I don't like the Munguia fight that much either, but at least Munguia fought John Ryder, a common opponent, a guy that's been in there with other world champions, a guy that you could argue should have been a world champion, and he beat the shit out of him. We never got this man. Berlanga hasn't got a knockout for 3 years. He gets one fucking knockout, and now all of a sudden he's gonna get Canelo paid maybe $50 million. It is disgusting. You guys should feel dirty for wanting to see this fight. We always talk about you want to see the best versus the best, and now we're here cheerleading about a bullshit ass matchup.
We gotta go.
Can I just say one more thing? I just want to say one thing.
What
Please
up?
let me say one more thing. I just want to say, in regards to Errol, if Errol would have beat Crawford, the same buzz that people have for Crawford right now to face Canelo, Spence would have had that probably times 2. So I understand why.
Times 10.
Yeah, man.
Times 10. He been receiving offers. That fight been talked about. Canelo been interviewed. Canelo went from turning it down to maybe to then, if he comes up, to all of a sudden, yeah. So like, nah, they got way more history. The people that are mad, don't forget that Canelo signed a contract for these 3 names in June. Earl didn't get his ass kicked till July 29th, almost 2 months later. So that's not his fucking fault. Y'all trying to act like, oh, well, he signed to fight him and why not? No, bro. Earl had hella demand. That was a guaranteed sellout. I've been saying this shit for years. Guaranteed Dallas Stadium. Guaranteed sellout. Like, anybody saying the opposite, you weird.
Yo, and in a perfect world, Vega, I would love to see.
I let him go because the show is lit.
No.
It's hella people.
I know he listening. I'm just saying, I would love to see on the same card or in separate cards, but in a perfect world, you see Benavidez and Canelo and Pacheco versus Belonga. That's it for me in a perfect world. You know what I'm saying? But however I can get it, I take what I can get, man. It's a hustler's mentality.
AB. While we waiting for AB to connect, go ahead and smash that thumbs up. Don't forget, the quicker we get to 500 likes, the quicker the live chat is wide open for all subscribers. Right now, shout out to all my members supporting the show, keeping us lit. AB, we hear you.
Yeah. So if I'm correct, the 3-fight deal is both Charlo and Spence.
Yeah, both Charlos and Spence was the 3-fight deal he signed in June.
Wow, I'm not sure if you remember, but a couple days ago, I said that we think that American could have been Spence.
And I said I probably laughed at you and said no way because I didn't realize he signed the contract in June, which was before Spence lost.
Right. So the Spence loss is what messed up that. You think that?
Oh yeah. It was a domino effect because Spence would have been first, and then there was a storyline for the 54-pound undisputed stablemate to try and get a crack and avenge Spence in that stable. Derek James gets another crack at him. Then he loses, and it's like the big brother. I'ma do it. And he loses. And then hopefully that business would have been successful, and they could have convinced Canelo, here's X amount of dollars for David. Stay with us after that 3-fight deal. We made you rich with 3 easy fights. Now give us David. I'm assuming, based off the new information, that's the only thing that I could see would have been the plan. After hearing those names.
And so, and for all the people that don't like that, they heard that Spence was the third guy in that fight. Let's not forget the Spence and Canelo fight was talked about for years.
And now I've been saying that shit till my face turned blue.
Yeah, anybody that's mad at it, we was asking for that fight for a very long time. So that's all I really wanted to say. I got to get back on her next, but I appreciate you letting me come on. Shout out TBV.
All right.
Salute.
We got. Let me keep these phone lines moving. We're running out of tiempo. Tip, what up? Tip Bellis.
I got money, lots of Jews and fancy cars. Oh yes, I do. Yo.
Yep.
Yeah, man. What's the word? You know what I'm saying? I heard your boy Eddie Hearn say some wild shit, B.
Like what?
He said, yo, David, if you want the Canelo fight, you know what I'm saying, come over here, but you gotta sign a 5-fight deal. Come on, bro. Mans don't really want to make the fight, dog.
What you say? What you say?
Your man don't want to make the fight, bro.
Why can't we just... You sound muffled. I ain't gonna front.
Yo, you can't hear me?
What? Who don't want to make what fight?
Man, Hearn don't want to make the fight, man. Because why he doing all this when we could just do this one-off, bro?
Doing all what? Because send me a link where Eddie Hearn said he got to find David to a 5-fight deal.
Yeah, I heard something about Eddie Hearn talking about David.
Yeah, but don't just say. Come on, champ. You know we don't do that. I
gotta go back and find.
Can't just say you heard something. We need a link or something. We need some credibility on that.
Hey, that's all I heard, man. Hearn said David got to sign 5 fights in order to get that. You know what I'm saying? If he want that Canelo fight. It's nasty out here, man. That's what they do over on Matchroom, bro. They want you to go over there. They want you to fight a bunch of European fighters,
Come
you
on, you
know.
making up
And
stories. We ain't seen
I'm
no
not.
reports about no 5-fight deal. He. I just played the audio saying if David want to come over, we can make that fight.
Yeah, and he gotta sign for 5 fights.
Yeah. No, where was that audio so we could play it for the
He got
people?
he got to sign for
Where's
5
the
fights,
audio
bro.
though? But where's the audio?
What you what
Yeah,
man?
I
What
need
you
to
think they
read
gonna
that.
do, Ness?
Send the
Ness,
link.
what you?
Okay, so
Ness.
look, so I stopped interrupting you. Just say I'm assuming it's gonna be 5 fights, and I'm cool with that.
Okay, I'm all right. That's cool. I'm assuming it's gonna be 5 fights because I'm assuming it's gonna be 5 fights. I'm assuming that Eddie Hearn just don't want to make the biggest fight in the game because that's what Eddie Hearn does. He keeps the people waiting. You know, it's not like Eddie Hearn actually delivers.
Hold on, Tip. But does he also keep the people active?
That's cool, but does he deliver?
Hey yo,
No,
Eddie don't want to make the biggest fight, but he signed Devin
he
to fight.
don't, bro.
Can I
He
speak? Can I
don't.
speak? He signed Devin to fight Regis and Ryan. That ain't the biggest fights. I'm sorry. Go ahead, you talk.
Let's be for real. Devin and Ryan is big. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Y'all don't know what big is, bro. Just because Ryan got this little name don't mean that Ryan is a big fight, bro. Ryan, look. That Ryan shit is out the window, dog. Let's be for real, bro. That Ryan shit out the window. Y'all gotta stop this shit. Y'all talk about wanting to see the best fight, the best. Ryan ain't the best, bro. We already proved that shit. Ain't nothing more Ryan can do to prove that he the best. We know what Ryan Garcia is. Y'all sitting here talking about how the man look at the press conference, how he smoked out all this other shit, bro. Some fight night is gonna be the same shit that happened when he fought Tank, bro. Except Devin ain't getting a knockout. He gonna all 12. You know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna be no difference. I'm sorry that I gotta tell the truth about these dudes and how they what they really are. But you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. I just don't know which y'all.
I mean, it's about to clap now. I mean, that was a 10-second clap or so.
Yeah, I just don't know what y'all expect from Eddie Hearn, bro. He ain't gonna give y'all what y'all want. Y'all
I
about to
mean, he
sit here
giving
and y'all
us
about to
Ryan
pick him.
Garcia and Devin. I'm
He's
happy
about to
with
get.
that.
He's about to give you. He's about to give you Edgar Belong.
I gotta go. In 2 fights, he had a 1-fight deal. Like, you got to give credit to Eddie. He had a 1-fight deal with an option, and he made his option Ryan. Like, credit. We got Jermaine, $5. Canelo could have said no to one of those smaller guys and said, put David on the contract. Got to stop defending this guy. No, he did say that, but they had to satisfy him. You understand? Think about it. Now that we got the details, so you're saying you're going to pay me $35 million, to fight a dude that's moving up from 147? Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Okay. And then the second fight, you telling me you're going to pay me $35 more million to fight a dude at 154 moving up. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Nah, okay. So what's the third fight, Al? No, I'm going to get the other brother to move up too. We're going to have all these motherfuckers move up for you, Canelo. Oh, no, let me get that contract. Let me get that. So now we at the point where those people not available. So this is how that conversation goes. Canelo, we seen what happened with Jamel. We really don't want to go back to that Charlo well, like Ness said. Can we slide in somebody else? Who? Terrence Crawford and Benavidez. Okay, how you gonna switch that up though? What y'all gonna do to satisfy me now? You know what I'm saying? Because remember, you was paying me $35 million to fight a dude that got hit by a car, that got thrown out of a car, and they got his retina attached. Now you want me to fight the dude that destroyed that motherfucker. It ain't the same. It ain't the same. So how much more you gonna give me? Because the contract indicates $35 million. North for $35 million, which means up. So we could get more than that. We could get more than that. So if you want me to fight Crawford, how much you saying, Al? Oh, Cat got your tongue. Cool. So you want me to fight David, the Mexican monster. Then Mike Tyson call him Mexican monster. So how much you paying for the Mexican monster? $35 million? Wait, but you was giving me $35 million for these other small dudes. Nah, man, I gotta go, man. Come back to me and talk to me when, shit makes sense. Till then, I'm gonna go get this money across the street and keep increasing my value. Simple as that.
70. You know what I'm saying? Give me
So
something big for that.
yeah, so I don't know what's going on. And according to, Vito, who was on here yesterday, he said, look, it was double. So that's 70. So just put that on paper. Let's get that. Matt Garcia's Texas. If Canelo fight Berlanga, he's ducking David. If he fights David, he's ducking Munguia. If he fights Munguia, he's ducking Bud. Do you see the trend here? No, I've been seeing it. But they don't see it. They say you protecting. Drew protecting. Counterpunch Drew.
Tip Bayless, Tip Bayless, Tip Bayless. Hey, yo, fella, does Tip love getting on here, just getting caught in lies? Like every day, see, like every day, Ness catch him in a lie, and then he start that little giggle and laugh, like, "Oh, okay, you got me," and you give him a chance to reword what he's saying. Like, bro, like, we gonna take. Didn't Samson Lepkowitz say that he would not send David to the zone? Isn't there audio of that, a video? Like he won't send them over.
Bro, and believe me, I've had personal conversations just recently at Pro Box with him. He has expressed his undying loyalty, the same way you heard Vito to PBC. He him and Jose. I'm gonna ask Jose the same question again. Do they still plan on finishing their career with PBC?
And that's cool and all, Tip. You like that, like Vito too. Okay, you do handshake deals with Al Haymon. Fine, great, y'all loyal, cool. That's an admirable quality. That don't mean Canelo got to do business like that, bro. You over here nickel and diming a fucking Forbes athlete, 8-9 figure fighter with Super Bowl commercials, man. If there was a $70 million offer, I refuse to believe Canelo would turn that down on paper. Do you? Is Canelo turning down $70 million up front? I mean, on paper?
Hell no.
I mean, based
Come
off
on,
Eddie
man.
Reynoso, listen, based off Eddie Reynoso, the $55 million deal sounded so outlandish that I need to find the quote. Somebody send it to me. Calls one of you big Canelo fans. I know it's there. But remember, Eddie's like, yo, $55 million. They never offer that. We'll fight anybody for $55 million. So I need that quote. But I'm sure if it's on paper, they'll take it. That's all I'm saying.
And the logical cats that call up here, that come on the panel, I mean, like, we want the motherfucking Benavidez fight.
Of course.
But we live in the reality where, like, fucking PBC is doing nickel and dime business. We're not going to get the first free card till June at the earliest.
Like, first of all, why
So
am I going to give you anything extra than what the contract states when you're not even, living up to the contract? So if you ain't going to live up to the contract, you got to sweeten the deal. Like, that's just how it goes. I don't know why people acting like this is weird.
Yeah, all these managers and advisors that have come on here say you never negotiate from a position of not having leverage. Canelo got the motherfucking leverage, and he's using it.
Word.
Everybody that's going to work, doing they truck drivers, doing their thing, doing their loads, negotiating, you're not going to fucking want to make less because the guys that you're working with ask you to, because he wants to make more too. Let's cut the bullshit, bro. A lot of these callers that call up here never seen $10,000 in their hand at one time, bro, when it's obvious. Let the businessman do the business, and all of us are calling out the bullshit that's going on. We want to see fucking Benavidez. We do. I do. I'm not paying for Berlanga. I'm gonna fire stick that shit. Don't mean it's not gonna be a fucking movie. Don't mean we're not gonna get Suleiman on here talking about the NABO title and how Berlanga's a big dude.
Shout out to Suleiman Escala. He going fucking viral for his Berlanga clip.
Exactly. So let's cut the bullshit. Everybody want to see the best, fight the best. We do want to see that. But there's a certain segment of callers out here that say that, but they never mention Junto Nakatani. They never mention the other fighters that are fighting the best at smaller weights. But, be fans of the entire pugilistic sport, not just a few weight classes. I'm out.
That's the bell. We got a counterpunch from, let's see who this is. Well, first we got Hawk in Maryland, $1 super chat on the Cash App. Appreciate you saving that 30%. Eddie said PBC wants to sign people for 5 fights. Eddie said PBC wants to sign people for 5 fights. Well, I mean, Canelo's deal was a 3-fight. So, and the rumors of Matias was a 2-fight. So, I don't know. We'd have to see. what comes out. But we got Devin Hooker, $5 cash app. He says, counterpunch for whoever you decide. Well. Let's see who deserves to cut the line. My boy in Houston.
What up, Ness? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what Fat Joe famous for saying? Yesterday's price is not today's price, and that's what they need to write down. Everybody,
Damn, I'm so out the whip. I was about to say lean back.
oh shit, you better lean back while you're driving that fucking Brinks truck to Canelo's door if you want him to fight Benavidez. How you want him to fight for the same price? Come on, man. Everybody knows that's stupid. You know, and Tip Brainless once again with no point. Tip, just call and say these are the fights I want to watch, not say these are the fights the people want to watch. Because you ain't making no sense, homeboy. You need to let that go. But yeah, man. I mean, I don't know what more evidence you want that PBC doesn't have the money to back up the Canelo fight. It has nothing to do with David. It has nothing to do with fear. It's all about the money, you know. And if someone promises you a certain money, and then you're about to start the job, and before you start the job, he tells you, "Hey, man, I'm only pay you, you know, the same money I told you, but now you got to fix my whole house." I mean, you're not gonna do it. It's common sense. These guys are out here crying, and CYP talking about bringing Hispanics up and tank this, tank that. Yeah, but you failed to mention that every single guy Canelo's been brought up, they're actually bigger than Canelo. Those guys are just cut weight, cut 30 to 40 pounds to make a weight, to have a weight advantage at their weight class. I mean, for years you're talking about Earl Spence is too big, and what was the biggest question against Bud? How is Bud Crawford going to handle Earl Spence's size? How's he going to overcome that? How's he going to overcome being the smaller man, the weaker man? Because they said Earl was so big and strong. People forgetting all that. Everybody was talking about Earl Spence is going to beat the shit out of Canelo. Canelo was ducking Earl Spence. It's going to be at Dallas Stadium. It'll be the biggest fight ever. He don't want to fight no black fighters. He's going to duck Earl Spence. Now everybody's talking about, oh, nobody wanted him to fight Earl Spence. Nobody wanted to fight Earl Spence. Man, shut the hell up. How y'all forget so quick? How y'all forget so quick when your hero gets beat? Now all of a sudden y'all throw him to the trash. Y'all ain't no fans, man. Y'all groupies. Y'all them gold digger groupies. Once you lose your money, you gone. That's it. Y'all boxing hoes. That's what it is, man. I'm out, Ness.
That's crazy because we got a caller. What the fuck is his name? He coined the word or phrase boxing baddies. He called them boxing baddies. We got a bunch of counterpunches that I can give away, so I'm gonna go ahead and give one to my man Two-Tone, the superstar. Yo, why my producer hating, right? I've been asking for the soundbite, show me the money for 3 fucking days. And he sending me fucking Canelo soundbites and interview. Show me the money soundbite is what we want over here, Brandon. Talk to me, Two-Tone.
What's new, man? It's your boy Two-Tone Superstar. Please say the superstar. Oh, it's Exposed Wednesday. So you mean to tell me Canelo Saul Legacy Alvarez wanted to bring up a 154-pounder, a rum punch nigga,
champ. I don't want to interrupt your call. You know I rocks with you, but like he didn't want to do nothing. He signed a contract in June. Earl got his ass kicked in July 29th. You just heard the last call. There was always demand in talks of filling out 100,000 people in Dallas with Earl. So wanting to bring up, maybe the names that were offered, the names he agreed to fight, but wanting to bring up, I mean, this is what Al Haymon, ain't he the intelligent one? Ain't he smarter than everybody? He offered these names. And don't forget that he invented the green print. So he thought to himself, I got 3 black fighters. We got the biggest Mexican. That is the green print.
Hold on, OG. Hold on. Let me cook. Let the counter punches fly with no remorse. Let me cook. So the man could.
They gonna think I did that. That wasn't me. I swear. That was not me. He must have got a call. I promise.
He was getting revved up too.
I didn't do
Come
that.
on, Tone.
I didn't do that. Tone.
But that's important too because people had a hard time with the title yesterday. But he come on saying so Canelo wanted to bring up. Nah, keep it funky. Keep it funky. You gotta keep
Tone.
it funky.
Let me see if it's us.
I think that's on Twitter.
Drew, you there?
Hey, yo, how that audio?
Nah, you good. Tone, jump out, jump back in, because I ain't do that. They gonna say it was me. I ain't do that. He must have got a call or went through the
Okay,
Arizona internet.
I'm a hype up. I'm a hype up my man because I rocks with Two Tone. Two Tone, what's the Chilaquiles, bro? Chilaquiles is Plug City down bad, bro. Tell that Ecuadorian to cross the street. He want to go to a record label that want to let him be a fighter. Don't want Samson all in the videos dancing. Come to DAZN, bro. Come to Matchroom. Plug City is down bad. It is musty. David Benavidez need to take control of his career. He need to go fight in Billy. He need to do something two-tone, bro, because it's down bad. They trying to nickel and dime Canelo and do the 42 fake. They trying to give him baking soda and Similac and say it's Peruvian flake, baby. As a representative of Plug City, Two-Tone, we down bad, bro. You down bad. I want David to take control of his career, Two-Tone, and he needs to go over there, talk to the bloke from London, get a proper deal, and let's make this fight happen, baby. I'm out.
Tone, you back or what?
He better be.
Nah, he dropped off. I don't know. He having some sort of issues. I think he got a call. But in the meantime, we got Bo Rogers. We got to balance it out. You know, we had too much Canelo love. We got to get a little bit of Canelo hate. Bo. Vega, counterpunch, C-Dub. Where you at, Vega? Where you at? No Vega on the line. Spider Rico. Spider Rico. Oh, man, you're killing me.
You hear me?
I hear you.
Man, I came through for you.
You did. Y'all was making me look bad.
It's early. It's early. 7:30.
Damn.
Good morning, y'all. Grand Rising, y'all.
Grand Rising.
Yeah, I'm making some herb tea. I'm making that Valdez tea. Yeah, you gotta put the Mexican herbs. You gotta put South American herbs. All these things.
That
But
Valdez
you got.
tea had that shit made him pop though.
Well, it was just his testosterone was too high. But when you fuck with the herbs, your testosterone could start going high. Yeah, he wasn't lying. The Mexicans know what to do. They'll heal you. Okay, you got to be in Mexico for real though. I wanted to tell y'all that the other day. I'll be on the herbs every day. The Bible says that herbs is for the healing of the people. I also wanted to tell y'all we got to work acts of righteous deeds, and that's gonna get us everywhere we want to go. All we gotta do is, at that point, think about it, desire it, and then you do your acts. It'll come to you. And also, wanted to a perfect way in me. Allah guide us to ways of peace and safety, the straight way, never to go astray. Also wanted to talk about Sino. We don't give a fuck about no. Sino. We don't give a. Sino, that's Canelo. Sino is about that money. Sino, that's what I like to call him. Sino. And okay, this was like, what about this is a question. Is it possible that the powers that be are positioning Canelo to the most lucrative fights for the progress of boxing, for the betterment of all involved in boxing, including women and children. People's families are alive and lives are at stake when Canelo fights. They gotta guide this money because boxing is a place where the Super Bowl is, sometimes every month or every 3 months, and when Canelo fights. So they gotta guide this money so that people and their families could eat, and that's the reality. Uh, and Canelo, y'all saying Canelo pimping them, it's more like Canelo is the hoe being passed around. He the money being passed around, and they gotta keep it going because boxing gotta keep going. These other sports got better. Uh,
Dude, hoes to
hmm.
get passed around do not make $35 million.
Yeah, here's some hoes that make a lot of money, bro.
Man, you crazy out your mind, bruh.
Okay, I
Yes,
got
on
another
that on
thing to
that
say
girlfriend
too.
experience, man. Them
Boxing,
bitches could break like 20 bands a weekend, boss.
My bro, ain't no prostitute making $35
hey,
million. Y'all both
okay,
tripping, man.
no,
We'll talk later.
all
Respect,
right,
Spider Rico. I
Y'all
know what
all
you're
crazy.
right,
talking about.
He's
Ness
crazy.
don't
Bill,
know.
that's it. Thank
My
you. I'm
man,
gone.
my man talking about some high price Padusi.
Yeah, them
That
joints
shit
be
don't.
15,
That shit.
20, 30 bands for the weekend, 3 days.
I can't. I mean, you still talking about 35 million. You know how much
If they
beds?
start
You
when
know
they
how many bed?
21,
You know how many bed sheets she got to iron to get to 35 million? Y'all
listen,
tripping,
man,
man. All
they
right,
get
listen. Let's
and
get
look,
back to
hold on,
boxing. Y'all
This is the
wildin'.
biggest lick.
Oh man,
They get pregnant
he
and
crazy.
hit a lick.
That ain't no lick.
Alimony.
That's crazy.
Whatever.
What is he talking about? Yo, they said Ness is tripping. So y'all really believe?
You
I mean,
tripping
35 million.
over a period of time?
My dude, she can live 10 times. Will you talk? Oh my goodness, Tim Boski, talk to me. This is
Yes,
crazy.
tripping.
No,
Yo,
y'all
You
tripping.
yo.
These, yo, they really, yo, y'all, wow. Go ahead, Tim.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Salute to Ness. King Amina Essex. What you saying, blood? Can you hear me?
Wagwan, Tim.
Yeah, what's up, man? Yeah, man. I want to get to the topics real nice and fast. You know what I'm saying, fam? We got a couple to speak on, like the David Benavidez situation. I've heard guys like Drew and multiple others call in and say what I've been saying for the longest, man. Is that fight confirmed, sealed? This Gosvick fight, is that?
Apologies.
No problem, man. Is that Gosvick? Is that Gosvick fight signed and sealed? Actually absolutely confirmed?
I mean, I don't know, but if you drop that question, I'll ask them. I don't know.
Because it's like Mr. Benavidez Senior has bumped his head, and now he wants to remember who Christy Mbili is as soon as he's moved up into that weight division. I told you I want to see Benavidez. He's written the first chapter of his 168 career with beating former champion Durrell. You get me? He beat Bubu Andre, Plant, all these guys. The second chapter is fighting the other young hungry monsters in the division, like Kevin Lilisajo. He's not young like the rest of those guys, but he's still there. You got Christy Mbili, like I said. There's two Canadian fights that he can go make himself a known presence in that country, fighting Eric Bazignan. Eric Bazignan. He knocked out Ronald Ellis quicker than David Benavidez did. You understand what I'm saying to you? You got guys like who else is over there? Mongia. Mongia's there, hungry, waiting in the lurking. You know what I'm saying to you? He could finish off his career finish off his
I
168
mean,
career
wasn't David
fighting those
already
guys.
in talks with Mongia?
Yeah, he was in talks with Mongia. And listen,
Didn't David already
listen.
give him the lion's share when he asked for the higher percentage? He said, "Yeah, take it. We just want the opportunity," and they still couldn't get that fight.
But obviously, this is down to guys like Oscar De La Hoya. I give Oscar De La Hoya credit though because he is making things. He's ruffling some feathers now, giving us a couple fights that we like to see. Understand? I.e., Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia. You understand what I'm saying to you? Everybody wanted to shit on Oscar De La Hoya when he lost Canelo Alvarez. So why don't you shit on Al Haymon for losing the biggest guy in the sport of boxing? You understand what I'm saying to you? I told you, man.
Up in the streets, they call it murder. It's murderous row over there in the PBC, man. They ain't giving us no. They got 200 plus fighters, and they can't find no dates. Eddie Hearn already told you nobody wants to work together. Nobody wants to be a free-headed horseman and make this sport better. They don't want to push it and drive it into the right direction. And you know what's the worst thing is? We don't even hear from Al Haymon. We don't even hear from this guy. And I'm sick and tired of it. And I don't care if you want to say, oh, Al Haymon don't need to, oh, you just hear. No, I'm telling the truth. We want to hear from Al Haymon because we haven't heard from that guy from over a decade. Somebody needs to come out and speak on behalf of what the hell's going over there in that joke show over there in the PBC. Because I told you, I can give you a list of fighters over 20.
Champ, that's the bell. Holy shit.
Yo, but hold up. I always love it when he calls it. I got to cut out, man.
You the man.
King Amin of Essex on IG, King Amin of Essex on Twitter. The championship rounds, that new episode's coming up. I'm talking about Jasmine Ortiz. She deserves a shot at this girl, Clara Lurskort, out of Argentina. And the reason why I'm bringing it up next because Samson Lickowitz, he's involved in this shit. She's got the WBA strap. She just defended her title. That's Samson's fighter. I'm wondering if Samson can work something out so Jasmine can get a title shot. I'll be talking about that. Women's boxing. Y'all know that's my thing.
JT, counter.
Yo. Yeah, man. Who this counter from? I mean, why was blessed the counter?
This is from, I think it was Box for Money.
Okay.
Yes.
Man, I'm trying to talk about this topic because, like, it's so funny how y'all changed the narrative that Canelo accepted a fight. Why would he even accept a fight deal with Errol Spence, 147, Jamel Charlo, 154, and then the big brother, 160. All these guys fight at weight classes smaller than him. But y'all get on here. You know what Canelo should have been saying next? Where's Benavidez in this offer? Oh, but not Canelo. Not Canelo. He told him he wanted the easier route. Now he saw Bud demolish Errol Spence, right? And then he come back on air saying they will not give me no credit if I beat him. So you would have got credit for beating Errol Spence, moving up?
Yeah, that was the man. There was the man. You as an Earl fan wanted that fight.
No, look, I wanted to fight. I still think Errol will beat him.
That's so crazy.
I want to fight.
That's so crazy,
hold on.
man. No,
hey,
you're
don't
right.
say my words. You got your little pit bull. No, he ain't even a pit bull. You got your little chihuahua listening. Keep him on a leash, please. Keep him on a leash. And I'm talking about Drew. I'm talking about Mr. Drew. Well,
why y'all always call somebody out their name, then get mad when y'all get called out your name?
Hey, I've been called out my name years. I don't care. You know, he gotta come a little better when he won't deal with a stepper. So my whole point is, you called me, somebody gave me this counterpunch. So I'm sitting here listening to the show. It's gonna be excuse after excuse for Canelo doing what he doing, bro. I don't see how y'all sleep at night, bro. Honestly, cause like all I see is ducktails with Canelo. Y'all go sit there and accept that he signed a contract with 2 or 3 fighters that's not even in his weight class. Like, come on, man. Benavidez should have been offered. He should have been acting with Benavidez. And Ness, you about to go do an interview with Benavidez. I would love to be in a room with you when he check you about some stuff. But like, bro, they say you about to do an interview with him. You don't talk kind of good when it comes down to dealing with Benavidez.
Because you know how I am.
Well, Ness,
I'm straight up, baby. I'm straight up. Don't be mad.
Look,
you wish you was like
Ness,
me.
Oh, okay, brother. I got you. Yeah. I got you. That's how we go.
I say what I say, then I go sit down, and I'm there. If they don't like what I said, I can always explain it. I can always explain what I said.
That's what you gonna do. Come on, baby. You know this for the TV. You know this for the television. That's how you gonna hit that. That's how you gonna get there and do it.
I've never said this for the TV. I've never said this for the TV. No. The first thing I'm gonna say is, I mean, Vazdek is not a better opponent. If that's the angle they choose. If they like, damn, why you dogging on? I mean, he's not a better opponent. He's just not. You know, all my shit is factual. Same way, you know, Shakur didn't like what I said, but it was the truth. my dude, it's a historic offer. Call his bluff. Call his bluff. 25% is historic for all the belts. Call his bluff. They don't like what you say. You know what I'm saying? But am I saying something wrong or am I telling them the truth? I mean, do Shakur got opponents or are we talking about him fighting Kid Schofield and Raymond Murataya? I mean, look, I ain't trying to be always right, but like, what the fuck? It was better opponents for Benavidez, just like it was a great offer for Shakur. Supermax, but listen, stop sending counter punches, which sounds crazy, right? But I told you I gotta go. So whoever's on the line is who's getting on the line, and I see you. So don't nobody try to get on the line. Only who's already on the line. I got to go. Max, you there?
Yo.
What up?
All right. Yeah. You know, at the end of the day, people got their minds made up. However you're gonna feel about the prospect of this. The Arrow fight was in demand. I wanted it. JT, who's an Arrow fan, also just said he still wanted. He still said he thinks Spence beats Canelo. See, but people are leaving out that Bud started at 130. Look, at the end of the day, two things can be true. Canelo,
Well, it was 35.
yeah, this could be
It was
considered
35, 40, 47. He's a 3-division champ.
But that's what I'm saying. He started at 30.
No. It was 35. That's what I'm saying.
Or 35. Either or, he's still 2 weight classes lower than what he's already at. But two things can be true. Look, Canelo, let's call it what it is, man. He didn't take the fight. He avoided the fight. But Al Haymon, for whatever reason, got Canelo to cross the street, which we always talk about. And when he got him into the house across the street, Al Haymon left the back door open for Canelo to slip out of and go on back over to DAZN. That's the reality of the situation. Two things are true here. Canelo didn't push for the fight and avoided it. Is what it is. Al Haymon, who's Benavidez' advisor, whatever, never put him on the table for the offer. Thought he had a game plan and set, and Crawford went in there and fucked all the plans up. That's just the truth of what happened. I mean, there's nothing else really to say about it. Like I said, both sides could be at fault here. But it's so crazy, people talk about, I hate this topic, or I'm tired of this, or don't support this. Yet you guys call in the show every day. You're still listening. You're still gonna watch, whether you team stream or not. Hardcore fans, we've said this for years. Get that out your mind. They are not, the pay-per-view battles, the big business ain't about you. They're not worried about you. They worried about the casual. You got people talking about Berlanga. You got Chris Vega out of nowhere messaging me, who don't hardly ever talk about pro boxing, talk about Berlanga got something for Canelo ass. That's the target audience. People who don't know boxing.
You said Chris Vega. He didn't say that.
Chris Vega, kill shot.
Oh shit! You talking about from Texas? Oh, I'm confusing him with Alex Vega. My bad.
Yeah. Kill. Yeah, you got him out of nowhere talking about out of the blue messaging me talking about Berlanga got something for Canelo ass. That's the target audience, you guys. Those guys who don't know really watch boxing, who don't know shit about what we know, but when they see these names, that's numbers. Ryan Garcia, to all of us who know,
that's the
he
call,
finna
player,
get his
player.
ass
We're
whipped.
running a tight ship. Time is running out. Got to get to my scheduled interview with David Benavidez. So if you are a Patreon of the Boxing Voice, go ahead and drop David and Jose a question. If you're a YouTube member, go ahead and drop David and Jose a question.
Payday. You want payday. I know that.
Counterpunch Mustafa. David's interview is today, Slick Nick. So if you want your question asked, you better ask right now. Because when I get there, I'm only asking y'all questions. So don't be like, oh, why you ain't ask this? Drew, talk to me. Because Moo ain't saying nothing. We got to keep this moving. Two-Tone, talk to me, I meant to say. Not Drew. Two-Tone, talk to me.
How the audio?
You straight. I don't know what happened. What, you got a call earlier?
Yeah, I think I got a call earlier, got jumbled or something. But what I was saying is I interviewed David, and it's on my Twitter page, and David told me these are the facts, and he said that he was offered, or Canelo was offered $55 million to fight him. I don't know if David was lying. I don't know. Maybe you could
Nah,
ask
he
him if
ain't
David lied
lying.
to Two-Tone.
He ain't lying. He that's what he was told from his people. I mean, you seen Sanson come out and say he said that and then delete his tweet, but you also seen Eddie Reynoso not only say what people don't want to believe, but he challenged anyone in the PBC to counter what he's saying. He said, I never got a contract from Al. He said, I got a direct line to Al. So I don't talk to no Samson. And I ain't never get an offer for $55 million, and no one in the PBC will corroborate that. That's Eddie's words.
My whole thing is, it come down to this, man. Canelo was willing to fight 164-pound Earl the True Spence, but he does not want to fight 168-pound Terrence Bud Crawford. He did.
I mean,
at
of
any
course
point,
he does.
it looks,
The article state that he was willing, but they just didn't come to agreements. So maybe they ain't want to give him the amount of money he felt was necessary to fight a guy as dangerous as Bud.
nah, man. He ducked Terrence Bud Crawford, which is cool.
Okay. Okay. What was the offer?
Like
What was the offer he ducked?
What offer? It's the biggest fight.
But what was
Ness,
the offer?
So you mean to
what
tell?
was, what was
Ness,
the amount that he
Ness,
ducked so we can put it down in history?
each day, Canelo keep getting exposed. Each day. Maybe tomorrow.
Is Canelo getting exposed or Al Haymon's poor contract being exposed?
Nah, man, we know the Haymonator. We know what the Haymonator does. That's
What?
the Haymonator.
What'd he do?
The Haymonator.
What'd he do?
He blows down network deals. That's the Haymonator.
Haymon. No. See, y'all trying to put this on Canelo, but it's very easy. It's in black and white. Haymon has always gave all his fighters the Canelo fight. It don't matter if you black, if you Cuban, it don't matter. If you white, he's giving it to him. And I'll give you an example. All the way down to Austin Trout. Then you got Laura. Then you got Floyd. Then you got Charlo. He tried to give him Charlo. He gave him Plant. He gave him Daniel Jacobs. Like, what are we talking about? It's the biggest fight in boxing. He's doing his job.
What's the common denominator?
He's doing his job.
What's the common denominator in all the things that you just mentioned?
I don't know, 10 Al Haymon fighters?
No. Canelo took all them fights.
Yeah.
He ain't take that David Benavidez fight.
I mean, the money wasn't right. The money wasn't right.
Now the money ain't right when you got to fight this nigga from Arizona that's going to beat the beats off you because you fighting a high guard.
If someone is telling you to call their bluff and get anyone from PBC to corroborate it, wouldn't that be the easiest thing to do? But I got to go. It's tight schedule today. I got to go see David the Monster. The Monster. Yo, who we got? We got counterpunch from Drew, courtesy of Calderon. Counterpunch from Bozy, counterpunch for Tim Boski, courtesy of Bozy. Alex, you still got that counterpunch. Y'all got to hurry up. Y'all going to make me late. No Boski. Alex, Vega. Who's don't even ask? I don't even know who's that. Oh, I think that's J-Mac maybe? CT, $2. If you want number 1 versus number 2, just watch UFC. What's this? Mavs, $2. What's the number to call in? I hope to get my first call. It's Discord link, but we got to go. Today's a specially short show. Boxing Patron, $5. I remember they said Wilder was the new face of boxing. Then Spence was the new face of boxing. Now Tank they desperate to hate on that Forbes man. I mean, Tank did make it to Forbes this year. JR, $5. Two-tone be wildin'. My man's need to get his facts straight. Tell him boxing has been going on way before the Bud Spence fight. # Musty Energy. Shout out to Two Tone. See, that's why we gave him that influencer award. Look, his words like nasty and musty energy, that's being spread through boxing, man. Salute to that man. Boxing for money, $2 more. He says, Brandon CYP, JT, C-Dub still have counterpunch as well. C-Dub said give it to Alex Vega. JT got his. CYP says he can't get on, and I gave him the link. And then Brandon said he's under the weather. So you need to mix that up. We got counterpunch from Timboski. Martin Sands, $2. You going live for the interview? No. No live for the interview. No. Why? Why do that? Why? Fuck, man. So, they said give that counterpunch from Alex to J. Matt. And I think this is you.
Yo, good morning.
Buenos dias.
Ness. Still on here?
Solo Dolo, Scarface, no Manolo.
I'm gonna have to check on him. I think the sickness then finally caught up with him, man. Damn, losing a good one. Hey, man, look. What I take from this is, shout out to two things can be true. I think when it comes down to certain information being spirit, some people still speaking facts and logical, or facts over emotions, or facts over feelings. They still operate under those feelings, but claiming to be facts. The fact of the matter is, Canelo accepted a fight that involved 3 fighters that was out of his weight class, not around his weight class. Shout out to Supermax. He pointed out that Bud is, I'm hopping around trying to cover points. Shout out to Supermax. Bud started at 130. No, he actually started at 135. Moved up to 168. That'd be 6 weight classes. Canelo started at 140. Moved up to 175. What that'd be 6. Like, that's the highest he went. So, damn, both of them would do 6. He was willing to fight Spence. Yeah, Spence was a big fight. But Bud, and you said it best, is a very big fight as well. And I've been watching boxing for years. I do know this. I don't know much about what they offer, but I know when somebody loses a fight, that does change up the trajectory of what they can. And normally the guy who wins the fight becomes the option on the table. So Canelo still had the option to decide if he wanted to fight Bud after Bud fucked up their plans. And or fight a David, or in a 3-fight deal that fell through. And when money became an option, David was an option as well too that he could have decided to take. But what I'm confused is Canelo had already turned down an offer from L with David. So why would L offer him the same thing he didn't already turn down to get him to PBC? So maybe L is a sucker for offering that 3-fight deal with them names on it. I'm not disputing that. We know L. Haymon has a funny way of how he does business. Shout out to Floyd. Floyd say, man, fuck, let him go beat these niggas up right quick. Because I say I beat Canelo and I'm still going to have the up. So probably Floyd was advising L to do the dumb shit. I don't put it past Floyd with his jealous ass. But going back to the matter is, Canelo still can make his sound decisions and decide to negotiate with L and say, you know what? Them fights may fall through. I still would take the winner of Spence and Bud. I still would take David. But we sitting up here taking one side of an offer that Canelo took when he already turned down an offer that had David on here, and you want us to believe that he actually wants to fight David? For it's Eddie Reynoso, I don't know that part. I don't know the business. You done had your guy come on here yesterday. You done had David Jose both say that they both had an offer. So somebody got to be fucking lying, and I don't know who to call it. But guess what? Shout out to Supertone or whatever his name is. It is something, a common denominator, and it's Canelo involved in all of that. That is a fact. That's not emotions. That's not feelings. Canelo has been exposed.
Got to go. Yeah, man, it's pretty funny, man. I mean, do the math. How many Al Haymon fighters has Canelo fought? You know, how many of those were allegedly avoided? So I don't know. Counterpunch, Timboski.
Yo,
Yo,
man. Yeah, salute. I appreciate that, man. Yes, man. I wanted to go on another soliloquy about why we're not getting these fights that we want, man. And please, obviously, I don't know if you can take my question to the Benavidez, but yeah, man, you need to. We would like you to advise him to go to Eddie Hearn.
Just drop it in the post as a member or Patreon player. That's how we do it. You feel me?
No, no problem, no problem, Ness. And I got a question for you also. I got a question for you also. But I got three things to cover quickly. Yeah, man, we would like David Benavidez to come over to the green side, the bright side, which is the zone where you can get fights.
What you
You can
mean
get fights
bright,
on demand.
man? That's kind of
Yeah, the bright
negative.
side. No. I'm saying the bright side
So
is in
they
you
on
can
the
get
dark
fights on
side?
demand. No. You can get fights on the because he's in a dark place right now, man. He fighting Gosvick. They dragged him out. I told you they dragged him out of the fucking Alaska bunker from somewhere. You get me? Come over to the zone. You get me? Get some fights underneath your belt. You know what I'm saying? You can give the fans.
Boy,
And like you said, we don't give credit. We don't give credit to guys like Raymond Ford. We don't give credit to guys like Otto Beck, Kalimov. You know what I'm saying to you? It's just ridiculous, man. And tune in for that on Saturday. Great bouts. You know what I'm saying? Luis Alberto Lopez against Ray Abbey. You get me? Otto Beck against Raymond Ford, world title fight. Brian Norman Jr. against Boca Chica. You know what I'm saying to you? You got your boy, Rohan Polanco. Polanco against Tariq Zani, undefeated Tariq Zani. You know what I'm saying to you? These guys don't know these fighters. And like I said before, man, Al Haymon is ridiculous. I told you, he's got over 200 fighters in his stable. His company, PBC, is not even a promotional company. It's an advisory company. You know what I'm saying to you? And they ain't advising these fighters to do shit. I can name you over 20 to 25 fighters that ain't doing shit. And I told you, you want to see these guys get in the ring and give us what we want. And Tip Bayless, stop poisoning the community of your bullshit, man. Stop poisoning the community of your crap. Talking about, oh, that ain't big, man. That ain't big. Keith Thurman and Tim Zoo. What you saying? What you saying, G? That's a big fight. That ain't no big fight, man. Get out of there, man. I already told you what we want to see. You understand what I'm saying to you? And this is the question that I wanted to ask you. When it comes to boxing, when it comes to the entirety of the sport, are you a, like, say if you was in the pros, you was a pro game, and you say you was a heavyweight, or any weight, what you want? Are you on the legacy side of things, or are you on the business acumen of things? Like what? Because sometimes I get a funny description from you. Like it seems like you're more on the business. You want business, like, you know what I'm saying to you? But I know your history. Like,
I'm definitely both sides, bro. Both sides matter, man.
I know, and
Because
listen, I know
I
you're realistic.
seen
Listen,
I
I
seen
know you're
Shane
realistic. Listen,
Mosley.
yes, I know you're realistic.
I gotta go though, champ. That's the bell. Remember, we on a tight schedule. Tip counter.
Yo.
Yo.
Yeah, no, first of all, let me apologize to Eddie Hearn, man. Let me apologize to Eddie Hearn. He said he wouldn't sign David Benavidez to a 5-fight deal. My bad. Y'all heard it live here on TVV. Tim Bayless apologizes to Eddie Hearn. But then let me get back on Eddie Hearn ass, man. Because Eddie Hearn full of shit, bro. Uh, Eddie Hearn said he's willing to make the biggest fight, you know what I'm saying? And he said the PBC don't want to work. Nah, that's not true, bro. You just don't want to compromise, and, you know what I'm saying, and work with the PBC and send Canelo back over there. That's the thing, because you know Canelo got to go back over there. That's the whole deal. Canelo got to go back over to the PBC, bro. They're not gonna send David DAZN. Not with that. Not with their budgeted production. No, fuck no. They're not gonna do that, bro. And you know that. That's let's
What?
just be real.
What ain't gonna do
That
what?
they're not gonna send David. They're not gonna send David over
Who?
to DAZN.
Who?
The PBC.
Why not? You
Why
know,
would they?
I mean, if the fighter wants to, they could, because look at Daniel Jacobs.
So check this out. If they got
He was the first. He
Amazon,
was the first to go to the zone.
that's cool. But they got you telling me if they got Amazon Prime
They don't got
and you
Amazon Prime, man. Can you let that shit go? There's no
listen, bro,
show.
listen,
There's no show in April.
listen,
There's only one show in
listen,
the whole month of
Ness,
March, bro. Like,
Ness,
stop
you
it.
you not get you not
Yo,
getting what I'm saying,
yo,
bro.
yo, yo.
You're not getting what I'm saying.
Their May show
They,
is gone. He
no,
left.
Ness, you're missing the point. You're missing the point. They have a bigger platform. Why would I send them over to DAZN, bro? Amazon Prime is bigger than DAZN. Yes, DAZN is a
My
boxing
bro.
network,
Let me answer your
but
question for you so you can stop wasting everybody's time, and no
okay, go.
disrespect. God damn it, Jay Billy. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. You're not wasting no one's time. Let me just answer your question so you don't, you know, say things like that. The reason he would go to the zone is because they have the money, obviously. If PBC had the money to offer 55 million, we'd have official reports of 55 million. It's just that simple. They got the money. So Al will let him take the hit and take his percentage. It's no big deal. He still gets a cut. It's still an Al Haymon fighter.
What money does it? Hold on. What is the money? What is the money? What is the money that Canelo wants?
I'm assuming it's gonna be like 55 million. Look, the zone was
But
prepared.
did they?
Just think about this.
Come on.
Think about this.
They just
Before Canelo got out of his contract that he had to sue, it was in the paperwork. We seen it. You can find it on Google. The zone was prepared to pay 47 million for the third Triple G fight. We
so
talking
now
about a
check this
better
out.
version of Triple G in David
If Sam,
Benavidez.
if Samson and Showtime, if it was Samson just said they got 55 mil, you telling me Eddie got 55 mil? Then what is the? So then why is Eddie trying to make Berlanga?
Samson don't got 55 mil, Joe.
Then why are they trying to make Berlanga?
Why
Why
did
don't they just send?
why did Samson
Why
delete?
don't they just send David Benavidez an offer
They ain't
right
trying
now?
to make the. You guys got to follow the news. They ain't trying to make Berlanga. The zone actually wants Jaime first. Canelo's the one want Berlanga first, and I get why Canelo wants it first because Jaime is a bigger fight in September for Independence Day, not for May 4th, which I'm pretty sure is not their holiday. It's just like a thing they do, right? I don't know, Drew. You the Mexican, but and no. Remember, I ain't taking no new callers, man. Only whoever was already there because I got to go. Stop
Oh,
sending counter punches. I'm not accepting it. I said that already. Go ahead, dog.
what's happening? What's happening? You dig? Look, I might have to run all the counter punches myself. Then sound like I'm one of the last soldiers on the line, bruh. But look, check this out. I ain't even about to run it that long because I want you to get the Benavidez so he can tell you. I know he about to drop some truth on your ass, Ness, to let you know that Canelo fucking ducked this man. This man is the Mexican monster, and the public gave him that name. It wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't him. It wasn't his father. It wasn't his brother. It's the public gave that man that nickname. And you know why? Because of situations like this, Ness. When we want to see the big fights involving that guy, it always some strange shit that happens, right, Ness? Always some strange shit. This man has stepped up to the plate, did what he had to do to earn the fight. Canelo ducked this man. Nah, L did what he had to do to get him over there. The plan ain't work. But he tried. L tried. I got his ass in the house. And let me let the wolves out now. It ain't work. He jumped ship. Cool. I give L his pride for trying. You feel like it was bad. Benavidez did that in the third. I mean, hey, no love laws here. We try to get the people to fight they wanted to see. It ain't happen. And then on top of that, Spence lose, and you don't want to fight the winner of that fight. Next, you mean to tell me the winner out of Spence and Crawford? That dude that came out of that fight victorious,
You gotta
he fights
follow the. You gotta.
Canelo
You
next.
gotta. You gotta. You gotta follow the report, man, or I'm forced to interject.
He ducked Crawford. He ducked
All
him.
right.
He ducked him. That's what you. All right. Let's
Nothing to
find
say.
another
Nothing to
word
say.
for
Nothing
a
to say.
duck.
Nothing to say.
Let's find.
You have your call, my friend.
Yeah. Let's find another word for a duck. Let's say he
Turkey.
avoided. That
Turkey.
sound better?
Turkey.
Feel
Turkey.
better?
Turkey.
Turkey?
Goose.
Okay.
Geese. Pigeon.
Yeah.
Punk.
All that's attached to Canelo right now. Because
Right.
he just got exposed, and it's
Yeah.
out to the public.
No,
And when you do
it's
that
funny.
interview,
It's funny that the people that say he got exposed won't say that PBC couldn't live up to the contract.
all right,
All
but look,
right.
Ness, when you do that interview, I bet you $100 right now, Benavidez see that man ducked it.
For
What's
sure.
up?
But
You want
he gonna have the illest motherfucker in the game across from him. So when he
so what
say
you gonna say? What you gonna say? What you gonna say?
Canelo ducked him, I'ma say, but why you announce a fight before Canelo?
And he gonna tell you why. And he gonna
Why?
tell you why.
Why?
Then what
Why?
you gonna
Tell us.
say?
Tell us.
Then what
Tell
you
us.
gonna say?
Hurry up! You got a few seconds. Tell us.
He,
What he gonna say?
all right.
What?
Look. He gonna tell
Shit.
you. He gonna tell you why.
Why?
He gonna tell you why
Why?
you did because he
What?
avoided that man the first time.
What?
So yes, I'm supposed to keep on. I'm supposed to keep on
When?
begging you.
Got to go. He ain't even tell us why. Come on, man. Bell rang, bro. Y'all out of here with these urban legends. We got Martin Sands 2 more. Will you be dropping the interview is what he meant to say, but he put no B. Today, maybe not. It all depends, bro. This is like about to be a mission, let me tell you. This is a fucking mission. What I do for interviews, the normal man wouldn't do. You know, so yeah, it's about to be an all-day mission. I'm gonna miss Pro Box for this shit. There's no way I'll be able to make it to Pro Box because they on two different sides of the fucking state. One lump sum, $2. Mike Tyson called David Benavidez Mexican monster. Stop the cat. I don't know what you mean by that because we certainly agree that Mike called him that. My man, you've been on the line forever. I ain't forget you. I know you thought I was not gonna get to you because you ain't a everyday caller, but I seen you there.
Yo, what's up, Ness? Can you hear me?
What up?
Yeah, what's up, man? So, I was calling in on a different topic. Uh, basically, when Benavidez fought Plant, everybody says he didn't stop him like Canelo, but the ref did stop or pause the fight in like round 8 because of how bad Plant was fucked up. And I kind of compare it to Munguia. He knocked out Ryder and Canelo didn't, but nobody talks about that. I'm talking to the Canelo fans right now. So what I'm trying to say is, I kind when Benavidez fought Boo Boo, right after that fight, you were saying that Canelo don't want to fight the monster, and now you're trying to make it seem like he does.
When David fought Boo Boo, I said Canelo should stay away. That's what I said. That's what I
Right.
said. That
Exactly.
ain't got nothing to do with
So
Canelo.
But David's gonna fuck him up. That's what you was trying to say.
I mean, that's still my opinion, bro. We all thought Earl was gonna win, and I mean we as a community, but we all know I picked Bud. But I'm saying as a community of boxing as a whole, Earl was the favorite. He was expected to win. That's why he was on the contract. So you getting mad at me for not believing that Benavidez is 1,000% gonna win? No, I think he's gonna win, but I don't know for sure. Okay, you done? You the man, champ. You gave time for one other person. Where's my lady? Because she's supposed to be, like, ready to go. In that time, in the meantime, we're going to get to J Mac, counter punch.
Hello? Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah. Excuse me.
Yo, Canelo want payday. Canelo want payday. We now know that. So we know he gonna take 3 fights for that sum of money off of dudes that L know he beat, everybody know he'll beat, and whatever. And as soon as they talk about putting David on there, somebody he don't want to fight, because 2 things can be true, and he clearly don't have the energy, which you're gonna find out when you go interview tonight with David, that he just never had no plans of fighting him. Shout out to Amin. Amin said it. 2 things can be true. Your boy the Canelo is a duck when it comes down to fighting him, and it continues to prove my point. When they got certain guys around his weight class, 154, 160, he don't want to undispute. He don't want undisputed at that weight class. He chased certain belts after certain guys and champions either strip or lose the belt, and then he moved right in the spot. The dude been moving like this his main for most of his career. So I mean, shout out to him. He is still legendary. He got quite a few names on there. But I just call a spade a spade. The man is a duck and forever will be a duck. Shout out to that. 2 times, 2 failed drug tests. That's my call.
All right. Just a little history lesson. Screen sharing here. This is Floyd's resume. Victor was his last fight on HBO, and then he signed a deal with Showtime. Oh, shit. This was also HBO? Wow. Well, that fucked up everything. That means that his first fight on Showtime, was the Robert Guerrero fight, not Canelo. So yeah, it's no different, man. You gotta do. It's just like Ward, right? Ward got Alexander Brand, Sullivan Barrera, then the Kovalev fight. That's what they need to do. And that's what they were attempting to do by giving them Jamal, then David. They just got to get the money right. But as you can see, they got Robert Guerrero, a guy that we didn't want, and, ironically enough, a guy that started his career 4 divisions below. See that? 26. He won world titles there too, though. But he started at 26, if you didn't know. History lesson. So it's no different. You're talking about, why would he fight Earl? Well, there was more of a demand for Earl than Robert fucking Guerrero, but he still did 900,000 pay-per-view buys. Floyd did. So another reason why he got to pick and choose and do how he wants, because, when you are the draw, you're the draw. So don't be mad at Canelo. Be mad at Al, because he offered the green print, because he believes that is what a success is. It just didn't work out. Earl ended up losing. Jamel looked like shit. And Charlo still drinking rum punch. Jacob Sims, $2. When will the interview be out, Ness? Probably tonight or tomorrow night, something like that. My editor got to get it out. I just do this shit. Oscar, member, 10 months on the contender level. I don't like that logic. Canelo stopped Liam and Plant. Munguia didn't, and David didn't. Yeah, fighter A beating B don't mean that C gets the same outcome. That's triangle theory in boxing, never fucking worked. But short show, because I'm going to do the interview. Once again, if you're a YouTube member, go ask David a question. Shout out to the 31 of you that asked him a question. We're probably not going to get to everybody's question now that there's 31 questions. But you only get one per member or Patreon. But, David's usually a good sport and gives me long interviews, so hopefully I could get them all off. But arrivederci.